Section 4.3, surface area of a right rectangular prism. So now that we know how to unfold into whatever net we need, now we're going to use that knowledge in order to calculate the surface area. It's kind of like painting a block. If you wanted to just put paint on it, you're only going to paint the sides, the top and the bottom, the front, back. You're not going to be painting inside, so we're only seeing how much it takes to cover those areas. So let's take the first one. We're going to add up each side's area. So there's no formula just to do it all at once. There's no trick to do it. You've got to do each side separately. So let's take rectangle A. Let's take the top here, which is also the bottom. Remember, the top and the bottom are the same in a rectangular prism here. So rectangle A has area. Well, we do know what the formula for area of a rectangle is. And the area is length times the width. So let's look at the A, the top. It is this much wide, so that's 3 feet, and it is 6 feet this way. So it's going to be 3 times 6, which equals 18 feet squared. But don't forget, we're going to need another 18 feet squared for the bottom. So it's going to be another 18 feet squared for the bottom. And I'll put bot for the bottom. So now we got to do, oh, excuse me, now we got to do rectangle B. So let's look at the front. It's 3 feet across, another rectangle, and it's 2 feet on the side. So length times the width, which will be 2 times 3, which is going to be 6 feet squared. So we know that this front is going to be 6 feet squared. But since the back is identical, we know that it's going to be another 6 feet squared. So far, we've got 18 feet and 18 feet squared. We've got 6 feet squared and 6 feet squared for the B part of the rectangle. And the last one, we've got rectangle C. So that's this side. And we know the other side is going to be exactly the same. So this side here is 6, and this side here is going to be the same as that side. So it's going to be 2. So length times width, 2 times 6 is 12 feet squared. But don't forget, since we have two sides that are the same, we're going to need another 12 feet squared. So now that we've calculated the area of every single side, all we got to do now is put it back together for surface area. So let's add them all up back together. We've got 18 and 18, which is 36. So that's 18 plus 18 plus 6 plus 6, and then 12 plus 12. Now you add them all up. 18 and 18 is 36, plus 12 more is 48, plus another 12 more is 60, plus another 12 more is 72 feet squared, because we're talking about the surface area. So whatever shape you have, it's basically just calculate the area for each side and then add them all back up at the end. Here's another example. So let's do this side here first, the front. We know this much here is going to be 4 because the other side is 4. And we know this much here is going to be 7 because this side is 7. So this part here is going to be 7 times 4, which equals 28 centimeters squared. So that's the front and the back. So it'll be 28 centimeters squared plus the back is another 28 centimeters squared. Now let's work out the top, and whatever we get for the top is the same as the bottom. So we've got 7 going across, and then this side is the same as this side, 2 going that way. So 2 times 7 is 14 centimeters squared. So we're going to have to add on 14 centimeters squared, but don't forget the bottom is the same thing. So that's 14 centimeters squared. The only sides we got left to do now is this one and the other one that you can't see. So let's do it again. It's a square again, or a rectangle. So this side times this side. So it's 4 times 2 is 8 centimeters squared. So I will add 8 centimeters squared plus 8 centimeters squared. Now if I go ahead and add all of that up, and I'm going to use a calculator for this one just for the sake of time. Okay. Now I'll add them up. So I've got 28 and 28. So 28 plus 28 plus 14 and 14 plus 8 and 8. And the answer is 100. So the total surface area, that means all those sides together, is 100 centimeters squared. So any kind of a rectangular prism, you just break it down according to its sides. When you're looking at section 4.4 and you're calculating the surface area of a triangular prism, you got to remember the pieces that make up the triangular prism. You got the base and the top are both triangles and they're both the same. And then of course you've got a rectangle, and another rectangle in the front. Now all three of these rectangles can be different sizes. So for example, I can look at this rectangle here, and this is 4 inches going across this side, sorry, for the triangle. This one is 3, and this one across here is 5. So if this is the front right here, and there it is down there, one side of the front is 5. The other side right here is 2. Looking at the back part here, or the second biggest rectangle, is right here. You know this is going to be 4 right there. And down here again will be 2 again. And finally, the smallest rectangle, you know it's going to be 2 going down the side of it. And then it's going to be 3 going across the top. So I can put in, since they're identical triangles, I can put in those there. Now the only thing we have left to do, just like you did with the rectangular prism, you're going to calculate the area of each individual side. And of course, the area for this one here is going to be the area of the base times the height, or one side times the other. So in this case, 2 times 4 is 8 inches squared. For this rectangle, it's going to be 2 times 3, which is 6 inches squared. And then down here, it's going to be 2 times 5, which is 10 inches squared. Now remember, we did the area of a triangle before, so it shouldn't be that hard to do the area of a triangle. And the only way to do the area of the triangle is going to be half the base times the height. So if we're going to take the base is going to be 5 in this first one. Now the height of the triangle, you would have to be given something right across there. So you would have to be given the height of the triangle in order to do it. So to calculate it, it's going to be half the base times the height. So half of 5 would be 2.5. And if I given you this height of 2, so it'll be half of 5 times 2. So it'll be 2 times 2.5. And it'll give you 4.5 inches squared. So now we've just calculated the area of this triangle. Do we have to do it for this one? The answer is no. We already know that they're identical triangles, so they're both going to be 4.5 inches squared. The only thing we got left to do now is add up all the individual sides that we came up with. So it'll be 10 plus 6 plus 8 plus 4.5 plus 4.5. And that will give us our total surface area in centimeters squared. So let's do that. So we've got 10 plus 6 plus 8 plus 4.5 plus 4.5, and the total answer is 33 centimeters squared. So whatever you're given in a triangular prism, you just need to use your area of the triangle to calculate the top and bottom, and then use your area for rectangles to calculate each side separately.